Lieutenant Carventius, Carventyus. Okay. Back on February 24th, there was an altercation at the JR Crickets that resulted in 4 individuals producing handguns inside of that establishment and firing weapons at each other. So far, we've identified 3 of those individuals. We have 2 in custody, and there's 1 that fugitive unit is actively looking for. However, there's 1 individual that was discharging a weapon that we don't have any information on, so we're seeking the public's help in getting this 4th individual identified so that we can get him off the street and bring some closure to this case.
What do we know about him? Where do you think he is?
We do not know where he's at. We do know that looking at video that he's frequented that location on several occasions, so that's why we think people that may frequent that location may recognize him and may be able to provide us with some type of name on him.
On a side issue, that scene, what we discovered is a gun that was actually under a car when that was moved. Crime scene techs never found that gun. Can you address that? Has anything been done about that so that that wouldn't happen again? You check under vehicles?
Yes, they do, and what you have to understand that the investigators and crime scene did a great job out there. They recovered about 30 shell casings out there. They recovered a lot of evidence, but unfortunately, due to the lighting, they missed that weapon. We've addressed that, and we've addressed the idea of bringing additional lightings to the scene, and to just do a more thorough sweep on those items.
The particular person that you're talking about today, what was his role? What did he do inside?
The individual was sitting at the bar. Looking at the video, he had been there quite some time. When the shooting started, he produced a handgun, and he started shooting outside the establishment. And he also shot an individual in the back inside the establishment. Once the shooting was over, that individual holstered his weapon, and he left that location.
Did he inflict injury?
Yes, he did shoot 1 individual in the leg. That individual is expected to survive.
Were there other guns, people involved, or was he, do you think he's the primary shooter, instigator?
Again, there were 4 people discharging weapons in there. We have not gotten the complete story. However, we have identified 3 of the shooters involved in that. And we have 2 of those shooters in custody now, and our fugitive unit is actively searching for the 3rd one. It's this 4th individual that we're trying to get identified.
So all 4 know each other? Were they stranger-to-stranger shootings? How did this?
At this point, it's an ongoing investigation. Unfortunately, the victims, the one that got shot, was just an innocent bystander, so they were not involved in this conflict. It appeared that it was something that just started there at that location. There was a verbal argument that just digressed into these individuals producing handguns and firing at each other.
Can you release the names, please, and you probably have in the past, but just so we're all up to date.
We can send it to you after this.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll show the video, and then if you guys have more questions after you've seen it, you can circle back. We could send you this link so it's a little bit clearer.
Yeah,
for
that'd be
you.
great.
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
I know, it's hard shooting off the screen. Any other questions before he goes?
So he's known to the store personnel?
Lights on, yeah.
We don't know if he's known to those individuals. We do know that he frequents that location, and he was comfortable enough to leave a firearm there at that location that he recovered.
You think he's in the system somewhere?
We don't know whether he's in the system. Again, he was armed with a firearm. He did discharge that firearm, and he was comfortable enough, like we said, to leave a firearm there at that location.
Was he part of the altercation, or was he part of the shooting? I mean, could the altercation have been something that was in addition?
Well, again, we don't know.
I got you.
Initially, do we see him interacting with the people? No. When the shooting starts, he retrieves his weapon, and he begins to discharge his weapon also.
Okay, it's confusing. I know that.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out too.
Yeah.
I thank you guys.
So, one question.
Sure.
Who fired first? Do you know who fired first, people outside, or this young man inside? If
No, actually, an individual that was outside of the establishment began firing. That individual produced his handgun and began firing at those individuals outside of the establishment that were inside previously that he had had the altercation with. They in turn walked outside that location, firearms were produced, and they began firing back toward the restaurant. He drew his weapon and began returning fire.
So he was returning fire in the restaurant, directing his fire outside the restaurant?
Correct. However, he did strike an individual inside of the
He
restaurant.
struck the guy on the floor?
That is-
Is that his victim on the floor?
That is correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Right.
All right. Thank
Any
you,
other
guys.
questions? Thank you.